Good morning, Sunrisers, and happy Wednesday, guys. Welcome to the Roundtable. I am Barbie, and joining me this morning is my spectacular co-host, Callie.
Hello.
Good morning, Callie. Yes.
Yeah.
And our guest today is music specialist, Jamaica's cheerleader, Dalton Spence.
I can't manage to that.
Celebration start!
What we gonna leave him on the table by himself? Good morning, Dalton. I don't even have to ask, how are you this morning?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm excited, man.
Are your pot covers gold?
Yes, gold, because our goal, we say.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So make sure who have not pot cover, make sure not have the gold pot cover and contact me and I get your gold pot cover, okay?
About to say how we can get our pot cover. So it's not spray, so you can't.
I know how I can get a gold pot cover.
A spray, but you can curry it. You can cook lots of curry too, and it will end up looking like a gold pot cover. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, I actually like that. That's a very good idea. Right, I'm gonna have to get me a set for sure.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
Oh
man,
yes.
I know where to
Right?
I love that.
Oh boy, so
Yes,
I tell you
ma'am.
what, let's take a break from the pot covers, right? See if we can get some sound restored to our ears and see what's buzzing in our social buzz online. Check this out. Now, that was Snoop. So Snoop actually carried the torch for the Olympics.
I feel like he's just been around forever. I always wonder who do they decide who carries the torch? And so when I saw him with it, I was like, you know, going in my brain, if I was on a committee on a table, what would I do? You know, how would I decide on who carries a torch for the year? But he's been around for such a long time. What do you think the intrigue is with Snoop?
I think that, well, I don't know if it's the intrigue with Snoop as much as it is that Snoop has really, he has grown a lot and he has diversified himself. He's in so many different things and so many different areas. And I think he has made an impact worldwide. So I do think that it is absolutely amazing and very significant that he was selected to carry the torch and to actually do that at the Olympics. It says a lot about even him, like, and where he's coming from. And I happen to know Snoop. I know about Snoop when he just started out. And he has really just, he has just continuously amazed us and just broken barriers in so many different areas.
He really has. And I love his vibe. He's just himself. He owns who he is. He's quirky. He's doing his little dance with the torch.
It's taken a lot to get him there. It's actually taken a lot for him to actually get to that point.
I love it. So, I love it. Says a lot about us as a nation, people, world, you know?
Yes, absolutely. So let's jump out of the social buzz and into our bags. It's now time for a bag of things. Okay, so welcome back. Now, our bag of things this morning is actually what greeted us this morning when we greeted our guests. It is your pot covers. Your gold pot covers.
Wait. You have to prepare me.
Listen, you have to tell us about how this even came about, the journey of the gold pot covers.
Well, it actually started in the 2016 Olympics. I was in Africa.
So these are that old?
Yes, they are that old.
It's the same set?
Same pot covers.
Okay, so
the same pot covers. They even have some cracks in it and stuff from beating so hard over the years. The same pot covers, man.
Okay.
Yeah, so it started in 2016. I was in Africa and I was there celebrating with Bolt and celebrating Bolt's accomplishments and somebody interviewed me, I think it was a cleaner, came over, they were doing a vlog, and they came over and they asked me, what do you think about the Olympics? And KFC had just launched their Big Deal promotion, and they were giving out flyers all over the place. And I said, listen, if you want to talk about big deal, Jamaica is a big deal, and everything else is small fry and side order. And I'd forgotten about it. And then 4 years ago, somebody dig it up, put it on the internet and it went viral.
Well, I tell you what, we actually have a clip of that video, so let's see it.
Oh, this is awesome.
Jamaica are the big deal, everything else are small fries or side order. Jamaica are the big deal, everything else are small fries or side order. Jamaica.
Yes, and I agree. Jamaica had a big deal, and everything else are small fries and side order.
Of course.
Yes. Did that moment change your life as it is now, in one way or another?
Yes, it has changed my life. I mean, whenever I go to the stadium, I'm treated like a celebrity. You know, people are taking pictures with me, wanting my autograph, and
you go with the
I get to hang out with the athletes and so on.
I feel like it's sacred.
Well, I tell you what, so with the pot covers, let's see what is actually, I think I see something really hot coming in, so let's see what is hot in here. This don't need no pot cover though, this is just a box. All right, so we're good with this. Jamaica 62, Likkle but we
Tallawah.
Yes, that is a saying that we definitely say and we have lived up to 100%. So when they say we lick about with Tallawah, talk to us a little bit about what that means to you or how that has...
You know, that is from growing up, that has been my fascination about Jamaica. And that's what the podcast is all about. It's celebrating what's great about Jamaica. Not just in athletics, but in everything that we have managed to make a big impact on the world stage.
Yes.
We are so small.
Absolutely.
And yet we are able to make such a huge impact in so many ways. And so I try to, I also teach music at a school that caters to the poorest children in the Spanish Town area. It's a charity-funded school called Crystal House, Jamaica. And those children are, you know, they need lots of motivation, and they, you know, they are from communities that they experience a lot of traumatic things. They are seeing the violence, the gang violence, and so on. And so with my pod covers, I try to celebrate what's great about Jamaica and bring their attention to what's great about Jamaica and say, listen, you can be just as great. So I'm there with Tony and Sing with my pod covers. I'm there with all the persons who are doing great things. I'm there with the athletes with the pod cover and so on. And it brings, they follow me out, they follow what I'm doing, and they get to see these great Jamaicans. And I said to them, listen, you can be just as great as these Jamaicans. Likkle, but with Tallawah.
So as you say that and you speak about music, Kingston was actually declared by UNESCO to be a city of music, right? So UNESCO has declared Kingston to be a city of music.
Wow.
Callie, what do you, I know we hear Dalton talking about how Jamaicans are. Look about with Tallawah and we influence the world. What other areas do you see that you think we've made a grand or a great impact in?
I mean, we say it all the time. Even just the idea, I'm sitting here looking at you painting that gold. Just, I think our innovation at the core, I think it's in our bloodline. I think it just was inbred in us. You know, them always say, the slave ship them passed and the one day when Runaway got dropped off in Jamaica.
Yes.
I believe that there's something to it because I believe that we are the ones who believed in ourselves, wanted to cause revolutions to happen, and we pressed forward. So for me, I love to give my personal examples. I lived away for like 10 years. I was the only black person in my neighborhood. By the end of the time, I was the mayor of Seal Beach. Everybody knew me. I just understood who I was. And I loved myself. And I just thought my skin are the cutest color. Anybody can tell me if something wrong with you if you don't like my, you know, the color of my skin. And it really just spoke volumes to what was inbred in us. I don't know what it is.
So I don't know how to explain the phenomenon of Jamaican or being Jamaica or of being Jamaican. I really, really don't. I oftentimes wonder, how do other people feel that are not Jamaican?
I know.
How does it feel to not be a Jamaican? I think it has to be just like the weirdest feeling ever, right? Because I just can't imagine it. But our music is so influential that it has literally permeated so many other genres of music. As a matter of fact, because UNESCO, so there's a lot that UNESCO does. Reggae music, the reggae music of Jamaica. I have to say the reggae music because it was so important to the Minister Grange, to have the reggae music and not just reggae music of Jamaica declared as an intangible asset for Jamaica.
Yes, man, this guy for
That's right. That's right.
So that just tells you how influential we are, that we actually, that music came out of our culture and out of a diverse mixture of people that we have here on the island. So it evolved to actually be that, to where we could actually have it declared as the reggae music of Jamaica. Right? So it's music. I mean, our music, everybody does it, right? So everybody samples a reggae beat, a reggae tune. Them almost don't make it. Rihanna almost never make it out of Jamaica, like, because she did so well with everything that she did. We stole her. We stole Rihanna.
Right. And I'll be watching Netflix, and every movie, and I'll say to my kids, every little part has a little reggae music in there. They've found a way to incorporate something Jamaican. I just feel so proud.
And I'm on Netflix too, you know.
Netflix too.
Yes, because of my innovation.
Which I'm on Netflix.
I am on Sprint. I am on Sprint, right, in the 4th episode of Sprint. Them feature me twice.
I started watching
and it's because of my pod covers.
Oh, I'm so
You know what I mean? They're showing me, and it's just another testament of the innovation. So who would think that what would make me famous or would make 230 million Americans be watching me is because of my pod covers. Part of what is innovative.
But not just your pod cover, but the fact that you decided to actually paint them gold. Because to be very honest with you, I never thought about that. Like I think about like banging the pot covers and everything, but never made me think about. But then again, I couldn't take my pot cover them and paint them gold because I use them. So you know, use those.
But
no, I don't
would
use
it come off? Oh well, probably.
No, it doesn't matter.
I don't use these to cook, but the ones I use to cook, I cook with so much curry. Them look gold.
They look gold. That's why you said we could do curry and it wouldn't matter. I think it's so symbolic because we're here with clanging the silver pots all this time.
Right, yeah.
When we really deserve to be clanging the gold.
Because our gold was set.
A quintessential thing will set the record straight.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, I love that.
So let's look at, so we know music is a given for us, for our culture, music and dance. Those are givens for Jamaica. But what about how Jamaicans manage to get into things and spaces in sports that nobody expects us to be in? I mean, our bobsled team, who thought of that? Who thought of a bobsled team?
I know quite recently there is ice hockey.
Ice hockey team, yes.
I mean, we don't have nothing to do with ice. Jamaica hot. We don't have nothing to do with ice, and yet we're doing so well in stuff like that.
And
bobsled, ice hockey.
Yeah, the team that they beat the other day, the Jamaican team, actually beat Lebanon, and Lebanon is a very strong team.
Yeah.
So there they are. Yes, there they are right there in their colors. I love to see the athletes, any team that we have in their colors, because I want you guys to know that when they show up like this, just in their colors, they're so intimidating. But we're going to leave on that note. We're going to take a break, and we're going to come back right after that to discuss more about Likkle About with Tallawah, more Roundtable after the break.
Very nice.
Welcome back to the Roundtable this morning. The topic is Jamaica 62, Likkle But with Tallawah. Listen, I'm going to take at least one of those pot covers away from him, all right? And then see what him do.
Listen, let me tell you something. Pot covering is not an indoor sport. It's an outdoor thing. You cannot, I was warn people about that from now. When you're knocking the pot covers, make sure you're outside. Okay. Make sure you're in a big open area.
Just don't show my niece that, because I don't want her a bang pot cover and I'm out.
Not inside. It's really, it can be really jarring on the ear.
Listen.
So, yeah.
Yes, I can tell you.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how inspirational. We were talking about the Winter Olympics and how Jamaicans are in areas that people don't expect us to be in because of the makeup of our island and the conditions that we have here in terms of weather in the tropics, right? So, but the story of our bobsled team was so inspiring that they actually made a movie out of it that was a box office hit. Yes. Right? Cool Runnings. Who everybody remembers Cool Runnings, but this for me is just so iconic when it comes on to Jamaica. What we do know is that we run very fast, right? We know that speed is something that we have. I don't know, it's just born in our way, right? So when we take that into other areas, is it that we take speed into other areas, or is it something about the discipline and just the drive and the vim and vigor of Jamaicans that allows us to excel so much on a world stage.
Definitely the latter. You know, just that so much of it is in the mind. We're so innovative. We believe in winning. We've seen nothing less to the point that we don't even recognize second. What kind of mental space do we need to be in?
We have an attitude like that we grew up with where, you know more than me.
Right.
You know, despite all the resources that you have in the United States and all those big countries, and we so little, you know more than we. And I think that's part of why Puma came up with this thing. Me faster than you. This is attitude. You know more than we. Hey, you might have all of those resources and so on, but you know more than we, sir. And we are going to show you that.
And as you're talking about your school that you're working with, I'm watching how it is now being inbred in the younger generations. And they will know different. What you do with your daughter.
It always has been. It always has been. When I really look at it, we are literally groomed to be cultural and to be supportive.
I like that word, groomed.
So when you look at our schools and when you're in school, they put you in houses, right? Different color houses.
We compete from your house,
and you're competing within that school. But then you go to primary school champs or prep school champs, and now it's all about your school against the other schools. And then once we leave there, right, we go to our world stage, and it is now about us on our world stage. So we are actually groomed.
And it's second nature.
To be patriotic.
You're right. And again, living in the States, I remembered my kids would go to school and they never had anything competitive like that. They didn't have competitive running. And they would ask me, what makes Jamaicans so fast? And I would tell them, we are running from probably 2, 3, 4 in basic school. The little kids have on their colors running. We learn about competition from that age. They were so in awe.
Yes, we learn how to be
They don't learn to compete until at a later age.
Well, at my school, when I was growing up, at my school, it was where the place, the canteen. The canteen was far away. So when the lunch bell rang, everybody was running to get to the front of the line.
So that's why you have pot cover, you incorporate the food with the sport.
I feel like the pot cover thing came about because them did just in the kitchen, so then grab the closest thing to them and then run come. So since we're talking about the kitchen, let's talk about food. Jamaican food and how it just became famous across the world. Like jerk chicken, everybody making jerk chicken wants to know what is jerk chicken and making their own variations. We see it on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, oxtail, rice and peas. Look at that. I mean, it's just, we are everywhere and
people are visiting our country just for the food.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And when you watch on YouTube, they have tried the Jamaican food as a mukbang. It's a whole thing. I watched a program with DL. You know that comedian DL, I forget his last name. He was doing a comparison with English food and Jamaican food. So it's just, we really are something else.
But how it's one thing when Jamaicans are doing it, right? But it's a whole nother thing when you see people in other countries, other cultures. They are replicating they're doing our food, right? And they're making it a big thing and boasting because especially if they make it and it tastes good, right? So we love spices and stuff like that. Other cultures like the Asian cultures and stuff, they don't really like a lot of spice, right? But when they do these foods, they do them spicy.
That's right. And look at the situation with KFC. I mean, KFC all around the world, and yet we are known to have the best KFC, the chicken and the stuff that we use with KFC in Jamaica.
It's just amazing
people that come to Jamaica just to eat our KFC.
As you say, KFC, I was told that the barbecue chicken at KFC was made specifically for Jamaica. So I think that is interesting. There's actually a trend online now happening where you just pick a random city or a random country, right? And you try to find a Jamaican restaurant there. And
I love that.
It's there.
I
you
love
can actually find a Jamaican restaurant.
I think I did see something like that. And the girl is like, it's such a small country. Why do we care so much? Why is there a restaurant in every country I'm visiting?
Because there's Jamaicans everywhere.
And I think our spirit, when we go anywhere in the world, people are drawn to us. They just love our spirit. I went to Egypt and they were like, you're Jamaican. They just spotted me, pointed me out, and I was like, how do you know? Because we just carry this joy, this effervescent spirit, and they just tell the difference. And wherever we go, people are drawn to you. It's like a different kind of magnetism. It's super cool.
That's right. There's one other thing I want to bring up is that I think I have a theory for how we do well in the athletics. I think it's a hurricane. You know what I mean? I believe that the hurricane has something to do with it.
I want to hear it.
And why we are able to operate under so much pressure and do well under pressure. When that hurricane is coming, if it's coming to a place like the United States, them can get in their vehicle and go somewhere else until the hurricane passes. We don't have nowhere to go. So we are the only nation, we are one of the few nations that we have to sit through that storm. We don't have nowhere to run.
So you think it makes us resilient?
It makes us resilient. It makes us be able to stand up to pressure and so on. I don't know if you saw this video of this fella that was singing in the storm. Singing while Beryl was going. Did you see the video?
I did not see that one.
Yes, there's a video that's going viral now, where this fella from St. Elizabeth, this man from St. Elizabeth and his family was singing through Beryl. And, you know, he must say, God is good and all of that. And then Beryl lick off the roof and he say, God is good. It's like he must say, you go on, Beryl, you can try anything you want. Me, I'm going to go and praise my God.
And I promise you that nowhere else in the world that is happening. Maybe there are, but let me tell you, Jamaican are a different kind of people. Just right through.
There is literally nothing
that holds us
in this world like being a Jamaican.
Yes.
I don't care where you are in the world as a Jamaican. There's nothing in this world like being a Jamaican.
Absolutely nothing.
Listen,
we are a big deal.
Absolutely.
Big deal.
And we are going to wrap things up right after this very, very quick break. Thanks for staying with us. You know what time it is. It is time for our final thoughts. Final thoughts. Jamaica 62 with Likkle, but with Tallawah. What are your final thoughts on this?
Boy, I mean, you know, I'm fascinated by how Jamaica is able to make an impact on the big stage in a lot of things. And I just, especially young people watching, I just want to say to you guys, we have set a great tradition and you guys are going to be great. Just follow. And I just want to say this too, that, you know, one of the things that I teach my students is to learn from your mistakes. And, you know, when anybody who becomes great, any one of those athletes, any one of those persons that you see that have become great, they made mistakes, they have failed sometimes and so on, but guess what? That didn't stop them. And I think if you adapt that attitude and you work on your mistakes and so on, you'll become great. But also, I want to say, listen, I want to see you all in Afro-Tree. If you're not in Paris, then Afro-Tree is the place to be if you want to witness this Olympics. See you in Afro-Tree, see me in Afro, you'll see me in Afro-Tree, and you know, and I'll have my t-shirts available, my cap, my pot covers available, right? I'll be, you know, I'll do a little hustle. So link me in Afro-Tree to get the t-shirts and so on.
Start here, so
there are some coverless pots in Jamaica right now.
So how much you sell a cover pot for? Are you going to spray it or you?
Yes, I'm gonna spray it. I'm gonna spray it. We haven't decided on the price
haven't decided.
yet.
We'll talk. I can be a manager.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, I am just so proud to be Jamaican. Unequivocally, I feel completely blessed that God chose me to be born in this little island. I just think our innovation is out of this world. I mean, I'm looking at the pot covers. I'm like, pot covers are popular. Anything is possible. So I just hope that the tradition continues through the years and that we would teach it to our children's children and that we would just continue to believe in ourselves. I know we have a bad rap with the crime and whatnot. I hope we can kind of put a little, you know, more of a stop to that and that we would just be known for the great things that we accomplish here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you very, very much, Kelly Anderson. My final thoughts are, it is absolutely the most wonderful feeling in the world to be who I am, and that is a Jamaican. I don't think I would have chosen anything else, and I do think that God had a purpose and a plan why he chose to make me a Jamaican. I think as Jamaicans, we need to continue to just believe in ourselves, to be resilient, to be strong, right? And to just embrace it. Make everybody else race it. We are who we are. We're Likkle, but with Tallawah. Thank you for joining us. That's a wrap for the Roundtable today. Our special thanks to our guest, Dalton Spence, music specialist.
Celebration start!
Music specialist, Jamaica's cheerleader. Listen, remember everyone, as you go forward into the world today, remember to be good and to be on purpose. Dalton, I'm going to take those spot covers.
Outside sports, sorry.
Yeah.
I feel like jamming to the reggae beat. Bubble up your body, just move your feet. I feel like jamming to the sweet vibration. Whoa, sweet Jamaica. If you love Jamaica, let me see your hand. Raise it to the sky and let me see your hand. If you love Jamaica, let me see your hand. Loud of mercy. Sweet Jamaica. It moves on the tree. Sweet Jamaica. Sweet Jamaica. All over the world, I'm at the jam rock fever. One
fish and coconut